Copper, GHK-Cu. Let's clarify something. This is not just a skin peptide. It's a biological signaling molecule that plays a central role in how your body repairs, regenerates, and restores itself. Structurally, it's simple. 3 amino acids bound to 1 copper ion. Functionally, it's anything but simple. Because what your body loses over time is not the ability to heal, it's the signal that tells it to. And GHK-Cu is that signal. It's naturally present in your plasma, saliva, and urine, and it's released in response to tissue damage. Meaning, this is part of your body's innate communication system for repair. So when levels decline, the signal weakens. And that's when you begin to notice it. Lower energy, slower recovery, cognitive fatigue, skin changes, system-wide inefficiency. Now let's talk about energy because this is foundational. Every process in your body depends on ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Every function, thinking, breathing, detoxifying, healing, moving, requires ATP, and your body produces roughly its weight in ATP every single day. That production happens in your mitochondria, but here's where most people stop and where we go deeper. Inside the mitochondria is the electron transport chain. This is a series of protein complexes that transfer electrons to ultimately generate ATP. The final step, complex 4, also known as cytochrome C oxidase, is where the majority of ATP is produced, and it is the rate-limiting step. The bottleneck, this step is copper dependent. So when copper is available and functional, the system runs efficiently. When it's not, you see electron leakage, free radical production, mitochondrial dysfunction, and ultimately a cellular energy deficit. This is where GHK-Cu becomes critical because it helps restore copper bioavailability and optimize that final step in energy production. But it doesn't stop there. Research has shown that GHK-Cu increases expression of PGC-1A, which is the master regulator of mitochondrial biogenesis. So you're not just improving mitochondrial function, you're increasing mitochondrial density. More mitochondria, more ATP, more cellular energy. Now let's address a common misconception. GHK-Cu is often positioned as a skin peptide, but that's an incomplete understanding. Yes, it stimulates collagen, elastin, and glycosaminoglycan production, but those are not skin-exclusive processes. That's your extracellular matrix, the structural foundation of your entire body. Blood vessels, organs, connective tissue. This is systemic. It also regulates metalloproteinases, the enzymes responsible for breaking down damaged tissue. Too much activity leads to degeneration. Too little leads to accumulation and dysfunction. GHK-Cu helps bring balance to that process. It supports appropriate tissue remodeling. It also activates stem cells. Studies show it increases mobilization and activity of adult stem cells, which are your body's internal repair system. So again, this is not cosmetic. This is fundamental regeneration. Now let's look at mechanism. When GHK-Cu enters the body, first, it binds to receptors on the cell membrane, primarily LRP1. This receptor is involved in clearing damaged proteins and facilitating cellular signaling. Second, once internalized, it activates multiple signaling pathways, those responsible for cell survival, proliferation, and differentiation. Third, and this is where it becomes particularly interesting, GHK-Cu can enter the nucleus. It interacts directly with DNA, which means it influences gene expression. Thousands of genes. What it's doing is shifting cellular behavior toward a more regenerative, youthful state. So when we step back and look at this holistically, at the mitochondrial level, it enhances ATP production. At the cellular level, it activates repair pathways. At the tissue level, it supports remodeling and structure. At the systemic level, it reduces inflammation. At the genetic level, it resets expression patterns. It also demonstrates anti-inflammatory effects comparable to cortisone without the same side effects. Antioxidant activity through increased superoxide dismutase and catalase. Support for wound healing through coordinated gene activation, and suppression of pathways involved in metastasis. This is one molecule acting across multiple biological systems simultaneously. That's why it works, and that's why it's often misunderstood. Comment skin for the info. Let's get to the root cause.